Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the theme park evangelist. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was the only Disney event besides Night of Joy that I ever got the privilege of attending. Ironically, I really wanted to attend, or wanted to attend anyway, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Unfortunately, it cost way too much money for me to pay for both Melissa Fass and I to go to both Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. She really wanted to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And I think the only reason why I ended up giving in to her is because of the fact that I think I was dating her at the time, and I'm one of those firm believers. If I'm dating someone, I would rather do what the girl wants than what I would rather do. And I know some people are going to be like, really? So yeah, I kind of regret it because I don't know. I personally don't like Halloween all that much. I love Christmas. I'm a huge Christmas fan. So yes, I kind of wish that I had never gone. I do have YouTube footage of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. No, I would rather not show it because I don't want to bring back painful memories, and that's why I'm not going to pull out the phone and show you guys anything from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party personally. Since I'm using my laptop, so I can't do it anyway. Anyway, you guys can look at it another time on your own. Sorry. But today I would rather talk to you guys about the opportunity I had to go and work at it instead. So, working at Tomorrowland Speedway during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party was really no different than a normal fall day at Tomorrowland Speedway. The biggest difference was around the evening, everybody was just showing up in their costumes. And I mentioned before that Wreck It Ralph 2 or Ralph Breaks the Internet was coming out that year, so they were advertising it like crazy. Disney was, that is. So a lot of people were getting all excited for it, and I saw a lot of different costumes. I saw people of all ages, from really young, like really, really young, all the way to really old, uh, dressing up in all the different costumes. I saw so many Ralphs, so many Vanellope's, so many Felixes. I think I only saw one Turbo. And of course, Turbo was never in Ralph Breaks the Internet once. So I think that's the reason why I only saw one Turbo. I think I only saw one Turbo anyway. The entire time that I was working at Tomorrowland Speedway. And then, of course, I love the one time I was working and I saw the entire Mario gang. That was kind of interesting. And they all got in their cars, and I was just imagining myself. All we need now is like red shells and green shells and banana peels, and we're all set. It was just so interesting seeing all these different costumes. One time, my dentist came, and her family was there with her, and they were all dressed up as some of the cast from the original Star Wars. I think I also saw a few different Marvel characters there as well. I also saw a few different Harlequins there as for sure. Um, Definitely complimented quite a few people that I saw at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in their costumes. Saw a lot of different costumes up front. I even saw my former Bible teacher's or science teacher's daughter and her mother were there. That's why I said former high school or former middle school Bible teacher, history teacher, science teacher. Right, that's what I meant. His wife and then her daughter. So you get the whole gist. And they even took a picture of me. I remember that. I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I saw definitely a lot of different people during the event. I saw a lot of people I recognized. I saw a lot of people I didn't recognize. I thought it was interesting. There were more people I recognized at Not So Scary than Very Merry. And I think that was the only thing I got out of working at Not So Scary is the fact that there were just so many people that were just getting into the Halloween spirit and the whole like dressing up and getting candy. And then of course I had Melissa was like getting trying to get me all excited. She's like, just only so much time and then we get to go. And we had ours on a Tuesday night, so I, of course I had to take the night off. And Disney was actually kind of cool that they're like, oh yeah, you can have the night off. And of course Tuesday nights are usually pretty slow. Our max capacity, excuse me, for Mickey's Not So Scary was usually about 20,000. I don't even think we had about that many the night that I went. So, if I'm not mistaken, we had maybe 10 to 15,000. So, I mean, it was close. I think the max actually altogether was like 25,000. And of course, we wanted to go closer to Halloween, so we waited as long as possible. Yeah, it was getting a little like nerve wracking because I was like, man, was this ever gonna happen? I remember people were telling me that you could go over to Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe and you could go get like this really cool burger, and they said it was like super good. I also heard a lot of people that were telling me about Deep Space Mountain. They were telling me it's like pitch black, completely pitch black inside of Space Mountain. And that was all I knew about it. I didn't know anything else. I heard also that they did a Halloween layover that year for Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, they really went all out in 2018 for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So, yeah, I was actually getting a little anxious as I was working that year. I think that was probably one of my favorite Halloweens just because there was just so much effort that was put into Halloween at Disney that year. And I got to work Halloween for the first time. Like, I've never worked well, I shouldn't say worked Halloween for the first time. I'm saying I got to work Halloween for the first time at a theme park that year. So, yes, it was very exciting. And I can't say I got to hand out any candy. I kind of wish I did. A lot of my coworkers got a chance to do that, though. I chose not to. I think that's the reason why I didn't. I also think the reason why I never got that opportunity is because every time I tried to look for those shifts, they were gone because so many people wanted it. So you're probably wondering, what are you talking about? So one of the amazing privileges of working at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is there are shifts available where you can put wristbands on people's wrists, obviously, and then there are positions where you can hand out candy to everybody. So I was looking for that because I thought that would have been kind of cool to stand around in this really cool costume. Not going to show you the costume because of the fact that I don't have my phone, but it was very fall like, and that's as best as I'm going to tell you. And they had one specifically designed for men and one specifically designed for women. Everybody got into it. It was so awesome. I remember my friend Reed really, really liked it. And I think that was the one shift he tried to like hunt for every single time. Like, man, I got to do this. There was a few other people I remember that would insist upon doing it all the time. I never, unfortunately, got that opportunity. Really wish I had because they either stuck you in Tomorrowland or they would send you all the way to Main Street, USA. And this was a costume you could pretty much wear throughout the entire park because it was one of those universal kind of costumes that you could walk into any single or every single land with it and they would not tell you you're out of costume or your costume doesn't fit the land because the way it was designed. So it was kind of cool. And I did get a chance to kind of see what they did. So when I got a chance to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party as a guest, one of the places that they stuck you was Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. And they closed the show down early, and they just had Roz just kind of staring and watching everybody going, keep it moving, keep it moving. We don't have all day, got another show to do, and all that fun stuff. So they had guys that were literally positioned right before you came in, and guys positioned right as you were leaving, and they would take these giant handfuls of candy and just stuff it in your bag. And I have really big arms, so I'm sure I got the kids really excited if I were doing that. They would be like, "Look what I got the jackpot!" Of course, by the time you get home, if you bring the right bag, because you could bring any bag you wanted to this thing, you could have like half a bag full. And the other funny thing is, this event was so popular. If you were to get on the resort monorail, you would waiting almost an hour just to get to the Magic Kingdom. Like you were almost better off taking the express monorail back to the whatever you call it, the transportation ticket center. And if you left your car there, you would just drive to the Magic Kingdom. Well, actually, you can't do that. I'm sorry. You would be better off taking the See, this is okay. So I'm already confusing myself. Actually, if it came down to it, either A, you would drive over to the transportation ticket center, because if you were a resort guest, you would drive back to the transportation ticket center. Yeah, you would have to pay for parking, but honestly, to me, it would be worth it because yes, you would have to drive all the way down out to World Drive, do a U turn, and then come back, pay for parking, and then you would be able to hop on the express monorail and go straight there. Your other best bet, and this will almost would have been faster too, and at least this would have been free, and at least you wouldn't have been waiting for the stupid resort monorail to come back around over and over again. You could have also hopped on the resort launch if it was running at the time, and then at least you would have been able to get to the park that much quicker as well. So, yeah, I keep forgetting. That's right. The resort monorail starts at Transportation Ticket Center, and then it goes to Polynesian, then it goes to Grand Floridian, then it goes to Magic Kingdom, then it goes to Contemporary, then back. Versus the express monorail goes this way from the Transportation Ticket Center through the Contemporary, stops in the Magic Kingdom, then it goes through the Grand Floridian, through the Polynesian, back to the Transportation Ticket Center. Because they work counterclockwise to each other, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I had to stop and think there for a second. Sometimes I get myself confused, and that's normal, unfortunately. Yeah, this is another very short vlog, but I personally really liked it. I was actually hoping that the Haunted Mansion would be doing something more than just throwing a bunch of spooky fog up in the air. And I think, if I remember correctly, they did have guys that were wandering around that were all dressed up, and I thought that was really cool. I do remember them doing a different kind of layover towards the nighttime. Now that I think about it, so yes, they did put a little extra effort into the outside of the Haunted Mansion, which I thought was downright amazing. But I wish they had done more, personally. And, once again, when you're working at an attraction during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, you only can see what is within your circle. So I could only see Bad Tea Party, so every few minutes I would see the really cool party lights coming down on the, or strobe lights or whatever, disco lights coming down on the ride. If I was in the right position to see it, and I could only glance at it every now and then. I couldn't see inside Space Mountain, obviously, because it's an indoor roller coaster. I could see the People Mover going by, which is understandable because it's like right there. I could see a few of the guys that worked at Tomorrowland Speedway or from other parts of Tomorrowland that were standing around Cosmic Rays that were handing out candy. And they were just also welcoming people into cosmic rays because they decided to start using cosmic rays that year to hand out candy for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So I remember that as well. Um, Otherwise, I really couldn't see a lot from my attraction. As I said, it was just a typical fall day, other than being able to see people come in with their costumes, which is why I'm telling you guys kind of from both sides as a guest and from working at the attraction. There was a lot more going on. I was able to see the fireworks Hollow Wishes from where I was. It only affected me, as I said before, if I were trying to leave during the fireworks, because Hollow Wishes is a perimeter fireworks. So I was forced to go around the long way. This was, if I remember correctly, around the same time the bridge was being built, if not almost done, but I don't remember offhand anymore. And I also remember that hearing about the parade being up front. Like I didn't hear it per se, but I did hear about the Booty parade. I didn't actually get to see it until I was there or until I came in as a guest, and the only reason why I got such a close spot is because of a very, very private situation I'm not going to discuss because it brings back painful memories, as I said before. So let's just go with that. But the Boo to You parade was very cool. I really enjoyed it. In fact, sometime I might tell you guys more about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but that has nothing to do with my life as a working Disney cast member series. I might do that when I'm doing my whole TJ and K vlog. Even though K and TJ were not there, I wish one of them was at least there because I would have enjoyed that night so much more. Honestly, the night, aside from all the amazing stuff that was going on around me, kind of sucked, and it's not Disney's fault, it's the person I was with fault. No offense. Disney really did an amazing job that night, despite the fact that one person tried to ruin it for me. And I thought Disney did an outstanding job trying to make it better. In fact, I think Disney did too well with that. Disney does not like unhappy people, and Disney will go to outstanding efforts to make that person feel better, even if they are pushing themselves to the point where they have no business going. Like, let's just put it this way, without being too personal. What happened that night really did not call for Disney to go to the point that they did. Disney chose to do that on their own, and that's only because the person decided to make a mountain out of a molehill intentionally to make that herself feel better. And that's why Disney fell for it and decided to go to these elaborate lengths to basically try to be there for the guests, because they're like, oh, we don't want an unhappy guest, we don't want to lose her business. And meanwhile, me, I'm just like, whatever. I mean, I think you guys did more than enough. That's just me personally. But here comes the positive part. Without saying exactly what happened, Melissa scored us a free meal at Casey's Corner. She got us VIP seating to Boo to You Parade. And she got a bunch of free stuff from the Main Street Confectionery. So I think she did a really good job. The Main Street Confectionery is one of the very first shops that you come upon when you come into Main Street, USA. And it's on your right. It's probably on the adjacent corner to give you guys an idea of where the barber shop is. So the barber shop's over here, confectionery's over here. So that gives you guys an idea. But once again, as I said, there was nothing that bad that happened that was necessary for all that. If anything, the free meal at Casey's Corner was more than enough. I think if they really should have done anything, it should have been maybe a small discount at Casey's Corner, and or even maybe half off, and I would have even been satisfied. I think what happened that night was necessary for even that, but no further. And that's as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that's the reason why I tried not to think about that night. That for that one and only night I was a guest at Mickey's Not So Scary. But I had the amazing privilege of working at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party many times. Really loved it. Wish it was a little busier because it got really boring, especially around 11 o'clock at night when it was like deader than dead. Sorry, I bumped the table. Anyways, I think I need to go do some dishes, and I'll try to think of another YouTube video to do before I play a little more Super Nintendo. And it might be a Life as a Working Disney cast member series, or I might do something else. I don't know yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and this pretty much gets me even closer to my official time leaving Magic Kingdom as a cast member and going off to Toy Story Land, which I know you guys are looking forward to hearing about Toy Story Land. I'm not so much looking forward to it because it brings back some painful memories again. But as I said, I'm not going to make Disney look bad over it because, you know, things happen, and I personally believe that God has a reason for me to go to Toy Story Land and for God to allow me to go to Custodial. For all I know, God wanted me to go to Custodial to prepare me for the coronavirus, and I didn't even know it at the time. So, God has a plan for everything, and that's the reason why everything went down that it did. So, I will see you guys in the next vlog, and always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Or strengthens you. I'm sorry. I mean, that's how the verse goes, but I always like to point that at you guys because I always want you guys to remember that through Christ you can do all things. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Peace out.